So is this going to be a nightmare for me to ride in terms of complexity, or is it just set up so I can just roll around the car park in relative ease?
No, they're all a nightmare.
I'm back without stalling! Right, that's it. How do we stop the thing?
So,
I stand very little chance with this, I fear. Right, what's the insurance situation here? Oh, we'll hide the code.
Don't look at the code. Come on round into what is actually a very small workshop.
Oh, nice and quiet in here. Morning.
Come on in. So, here's Ian.
Morning.
Bit of a BSA rebuild going on here.
Nice.
1936 Gold Star, I think.
Lovely. Smells good, doesn't it?
And over here.
Smells of engineering.
Over here is a little collection of bikes.
Cool.
Which are out for you to have a look at.
Oh my word. So what we got here then?
So we've got a 1924 Sunbeam.
Wowee. That looks complicated.
We've got a 1914 Royal Enfield, because we know you like a Royal Enfield.
I do. I love an Enfield, yeah.
And a 1915 Harley Davidson.
Goodness me. This is quite frightening, actually. Alrighty. Okay, so which one are we going with?
This is Ian Stanfield, who's our senior engineer.
Nice to meet you. Hi,
yeah. And he's going to explain the mysteries of these machines to you.
Brill. Should we do a microphone swap then?
Okay, let's do that. Okay.
Sorry about this. I can only afford 2 microphones, so...
my goodness, yeah.
So which one are we going to start with then, Ian?
Whichever one you like, really.
Well, what's easiest for you to get out, I guess?
Well, this one.
Right, okay, let's start with this one then.
Yeah.
So it's an Enfield.
1914 Royal Enfield.
Goodness
V-twin.
Yep. What sort of horsepower are we talking, do we know?
Got to look that up now.
Or CC,
so,
what size is the twin?
It's 435. It was
Yeah.
originally it was originally a 350.
Yeah.
It's got an interesting story because it was ridden in the 1914 IOM TT.
Yep.
By a chap called H.J. Walker, no relation to Murray and Graham. And he finished third, but he had a bit of bad luck. He crashed a couple of times on the last lap and then went out of control as he crossed the finish line in Douglas and hit a wall. And unfortunately, he died of his injuries a couple of days later. So it was a 350.
Got off the idea.
It was a 350, but the Royal Enfield took it back to the factory, and then later I think it's a 425 engine replaced it. So yeah.
Cool.
So nice little V-twin.
So what's all this about, Ian? This is so we see the.
So the front one here is the well, it's a split tank basically. You got an oil tank and you got a fuel tank. At the moment, the baffle on this is leaking, so we've basically got we've got fuel in both tanks.
Okay.
But it doesn't really matter for this because it's got this oiling system here, which is a recirculating system.
Yep.
So your oil pump the other side, you can see that it recirculates, and then you've got an auxiliary oil feed on the other side for the front cylinder as well. So it's quite high revving for a bike of this period.
So is this going to be a nightmare for me to ride in terms of complexity, or is it just set up so I can just roll around the car park in relative ease?
No, they're all a nightmare.
Oh, great. Well,
Yeah.
just what I wanted you to say. Thanks very much.
Especially if you're not used to old bikes.
No, which I'm not. No, indeed. Wow.
Because we've disconnected the ABS and the traction control, and well,
yeah, right.
the ECU doesn't work at all. It's
All
a
right.
it's a different way of riding, and they're all different.
Alrighty, well, we'll talk about that when I'm on them. So next time you see me, I'll be on this Enfield.
Yeah.
What do I need to know?
The first
Keep it simple. Yep.
is the brakes.
Yep.
So you've got a foot brake down there,
Okay.
which is quite good.
Okay.
Front brake here,
Okay.
which is useless.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Then you have your throttle control, your mixture control.
Okay. Do I need to touch the mixture?
It may alter as you're riding round.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Forward or back for Rich?
That is fully rich.
Okay. Gotcha.
You-
Lean back there. Okay. Got it.
Right
Yep.
about there, but as you operate the throttle,
Yeah, it changes the
I
mixture.
find it moves a little bit.
Okay.
And as it warms up, it will change anyway.
All right.
Advance and retard,
Right.
ignition timing.
Okay.
So that's fully retarded.
Okay.
Once it's running, we advance it up, and it gives you some more power.
Yeah, okay. But then once I'm rolling, I don't need to touch that?
You shouldn't need to touch
Okay.
it.
So it's just the
best way
throttle really, and maybe the mixture. Yeah.
With your thumb,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing that.
Sure.
You hold on the handlebar
Yeah.
and operate it with your thumb.
Okay, and is it forward for more?
Faster, slower.
Okay, slow front.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
This is your gear control.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So you've got to let go of that.
Right.
So you set your throttle.
Yeah.
Then it's got like an epicyclic gearbox in it, basically. So as you wind that in,
It changes the ratios.
it bites, a bit like an automatic gearbox.
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
So as you wind it in, if you wind it right in, you'll stall it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
So you gradually ease it in as you're pulling away,
Oh my God. Yeah.
and then you're fully in
Yep.
there.
Yep.
That's low gear,
Yep.
and then you go the other way for high gear,
Right.
and it's got a tendency to hop out. You might not want to go too much.
I'll
in
just
high
stay in low gear for this then. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
gear. And you'll find that steering is very light.
Okay.
Okay, so to start it, because it's got no kickstart or anything like that,
Yep.
we'll have to push you away with it.
All right. That's okay.
So what we're going to do is I'm just going to set the lubrication system up.
All right.
So that now should recirculate in there.
Yep.
There's an auxiliary oil tap on this side for the front cylinder to make sure we get that nice and warm in there. Now while you're riding it, your leg
Yeah. Gets hot.
might get a bit warm, but
Okay.
you do not want to be touching those.
Okay.
The spark plugs. 'Cause
Okay.
it might
Get a shock.
brighten you up a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Righto.
So, and this lever here,
Mhm.
which you think is a clutch, isn't.
Right.
Okay, that's your decompressor for
Okay.
starting purposes.
Okay.
So we'll push you away in bottom gear. You can hold that up
Yeah. And then let it go.
and let that go,
And it starts.
Fire.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can control it on the throttle.
Okay. And that.
And, you know, once you get round, what I would do is just go up there into the arena.
Yeah.
Get used to the feel of it.
Yeah.
You can take it out of gear, and that'll be a neutral.
Right.
Okay, then you can ease it back into gear.
Okay.
Just get the feel of it.
Okay.
basically.
All right. I'll give it a go.
Right. So
Yep.
we'll set the throttle about there. It's retarded there.
Yep.
Um,
So I just need to bring that back when you say.
yeah, once it's running, just advance that up.
Yeah. And then off we go.
Okay.
Brill.
Just sit on it.
All right. So tempting. Oh, it is. Okay. Right. So. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So we'll wind that round into low gear.
Okay.
So you can use the decompressor as we push you away.
Right. And then I'll just let that out.
Let that out, it should fire, and off you should go, and should be able to control it on the throttle with your thumb.
Okie dokie. All right.
And then, as you know, you've got lots of hands to do.
Yes. I'm going to forget all that, and it's all going to go horribly wrong. But anyway, I'll try not to fall off.
The foot brake does work.
Yep.
Okay.
Heel.
Heel.
Yep.
Shouldn't bother with the front brake. It's not really worth it.
All right. Okay. Might be a habit thing.
Bicycle stirrup brakes.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, So
Yeah. Okay.
the rear brake is far more effective.
Okay. All right. Ready when you are then.
Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Right.
Say when.
Full throttle. Other way.
We're off. Well, this is quite an experience. Let's just get a bit of a feel for it on this throttle. Well, the fact that we've got it rolling at all. Come on. There we go. Wowee. I tell you what, you definitely didn't want lots of traffic about, because it's quite a mind thing just to keep the thing running. Now, let's just set this throttle in a way that makes sense. Now, I shan't be doing my normal sort of review on here, because trust me, it's taking all my powers of concentration to keep the thing running. Okay, just right, we're in first, well, there's not really a first gear, but here we go. There's a brake on the back, We'll just hit the brake as we go round the corner. That's better, she's feeling a little bit more. A little bit smoother now. Please don't come back, please don't come back. Thank you. Right, off the brake, round we come again. Wow, what a privilege. 107 years old, folks. How cool is this? Brilliant. Let's go into neutral. Come in neutral now. And then back into first. If indeed first makes sense on a continuously variable gearbox. Wow, what a challenge. We'll come down here, bring her to a halt. Whoa, that's quite enough of that, Ian.
That's better. Those are the sort of revs you want. Away,
right,
you can operate the throttle and probably get more power out of it.
Okay, easier said than done. Alright, that's a bit smoother. Feels an awful lot faster as well. Where's that bus going? Bit more gearage. That's a bit better. Right, another lap then. Oh, stalled it. Right, I think that's quite enough of that. What fun. Everything about that is alien. Look how easy he makes that look. TT winning bike, look at that. Piece of cake.
All right, so next up, the Sunbeam, Ian. What's this one all about?
Well, again, this is one of our crown jewels, this bike. It's
Don't tell me that.
It's the Olympia Show bike.
Wow.
For 1924. 1924 Sunbeam Model 3.
Yep.
And it was originally sold by Graham Walker.
Yep, we've heard a lot
Murray's
about
dad.
him today, yeah.
And he was lucky enough to be offered it back, and he bought it back after it had been sold. And it then came to the museum because Graham Walker was very instrumental in setting up the motor museum, and especially the motorcycle collection.
And single cylinder by the looks of it?
Single cylinder 500cc, yeah. Wow.
Cool.
So,
All right.
lovely bike, and it's original as well. It's not been restored.
That's in incredible condition, isn't it?
It is a
I love
fantastic
this.
bike.
Check out that gauge on there. Brilliant. All right, folks, next time you see me, I shall be on the Sunbeam.
Right, the Sunbeam, a mere 99 years old, 10 years on, and you gain a clutch lever. So just a bit more complexity to worry about. Oh, crocky. And this one looks a bit more serious, Ian. Not that the other one wasn't, but it looks bigger and heavier and more expensive. Don't say anything. Oh, God. Has got a kickstart, though.
Has got a kickstart.
It's got a good smell. Toolbox. Dual toolboxes. You can never have too many tools. Ian's looking perplexed. Bit of an extra tickle.
Put a bit more fuel in it because of the angle.
Oh, right, okay. Right.
Right aboard.
Okay, here we go then. So close. All right. Ooh. Right, take two. Okay, so,
Clutch.
yep,
Full clutch in.
yep,
That's first.
yep,
Second.
okay,
Third.
okay, well we won't be going there. But neutral's that second notch, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
First, that's neutral.
Yep,
Second is in there.
okay. I think I'll stick to first. Okay, brakes off then, that's the throttle. Let's see how this works. We're off. Okay, clutch is a little bit tricky. Here we go, 99-year-old Sunbeam. Lovely bouncy seat on this, much more comfortable than the Royal Enfield. I am not going to be playing around with changing gear. Now we have got a brake on here, let's just try that. My word, the vibes on this, there's something else. Steering seems quite okay for such a long bike. Right, completely letting out the clutch now. A little bit more throttle, which I'm doing with my finger, which Ian specifically told me not to do. Let's try that brake again. Wow, what an absolute privilege to be riding something like this. But I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be riding it on a gravel track, which is of course what they had in 1924, was it? When this bike came out. What a beast. It's actually quite relaxed in this riding position. Now I'm going to attempt this corner. Oh yes, he's got away with it. Uh-oh, there's some innocent individuals walking up here. Got to be very careful. I don't want to kill some innocent bystanders while I'm having a bit of fun on a 99-year-old motorcycle. Coming round there, stand clear. Thank you. Oh, spectators. This engine sounds absolutely awesome. Oh yeah, well, I've not attempted to change gear or do anything clever, but I have to say, a lot easier to ride than the Enfield was. Although all I'm doing, let's face it, is riding around, slipping the clutch in first gear. But trust me, on something like this, which is probably priceless, is probably all you want to do. Right, let's bring the clutch in, let's bring the throttle forward slightly. Oh, about to stall it. No, we got it back, we got it back. Hey, I'm back without stalling. Right, that's it. How do we stop the thing?
Let go of the clutch now.
Ta-da! I tell you what, that was, compared to the Enfield, lovely, isn't it?
It is lovely.
Yeah, I mean,
When you get up through the gearbox, it should be like firing every lamppost.
yeah. Very nice. Shall I jump off?
Yeah, you can jump off if you want.
Do you want to keep holding on, drop the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, there she goes. Excellent, got it? Excellent. Thank you very much. Oh, have you ridden that one?
British, you see.
Yeah, of course.
No, I haven't. No.
Wow, doubly privileged. Now that was nice once it was going. Very nice. Having the security of the clutch makes all the difference. Although I have to say, I've known better clutches. Brilliant.
All right, folks, third bike of the day then. Harley Davidson, not even I can tell that, Ian. Tell me about this one.
Harley Davidson, yeah, 1915.
Yep.
V-twin. 1000cc.
Well, we're getting big now.
Yep. 3-speed.
Wow.
Rapid bike of the day, basically.
Oh, I'm getting more frightened now.
Yeah.
It looks very long, actually, again.
It is very long, and you'll notice the handlebars, are very long.
Are they what they call tiller handlebars, aren't they?
Well,
It's what I call tiller handlebars, whether they are or
Yeah.
not. We'll call them that. Yeah, that looks interesting, but you can see how the
Very
sort of lineage
interesting.
has gone through to modern day Harleys, can't you?
yeah. And so it is long. It's ideal for long, straight roads.
Yeah, perfect.
Cornering is not its forte.
Have you ridden this?
Oh, yes.
Okay, what, any tips?
Careful.
So, just while we're thinking about the Harley, this is quite a complicated machine because there's lots to do with your hands here, isn't there? So, just talk us through the controls on this beast.
Well, yeah, it's quite interesting. You have a hand clutch,
Right, okay.
or you have a foot clutch.
Okay.
This is both
Right, so I'm
interconnected.
already confused. Okay, yep.
You've got a hand gear change.
Yep. Right, how many
got
gears? 3, you said?
3-speed.
Yep.
You have an advanced and retard mechanism for the ignition timing.
Okay.
Also,
okay.
if you go further forward, it's a decompressor for the engine. for
Okay,
when
I
you're starting.
understand individual words you're saying, but I've no idea what all that means.
You have a throttle over this side.
Yep.
You have a foot brake that side.
Yep.
You do not have a front brake.
Yes, a distinct a lack of levers on this, isn't there?
On this one, yeah.
Where do you change modes?
And you've got,
What's that all about?
that's your fuel tap.
Right.
And in there, you've got a little pump here,
Yeah.
which goes straight to the fuel tank, and you can suck some fuel out of the tank and,
Oh,
you
and
can
give it
use
a little...
to prime the
okay,
engine
little
before
tickle.
starting.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I stand very little chance with this, I fear. Right, what's the insurance situation here? With that in mind, let's
Yeah.
get on the Harley.